Hey there fellows, Buddy Spike here. Quite a few free aircrafts just surfaced at FlightSim.to and I thought why not check them out and show you briefly how each aircraft is so you don't have to waste your time downloading it and find out it's a crap aircraft. So in this video you shall see 6 different aircrafts that are free and all the links will be in the description. So without further ado, enjoy the video fellas. The first aircraft I have for you is the A-1011. It was the standard US Army Air Force World War II bombing trainer. Student bombardiers normally dropped 100-pound sand-filled practice bombs. The aircraft has a range of 75 miles with a ceiling of 20,000 feet with cruise speed of 130 knots. Let's see what this mod has to offer. So the exterior of this aircraft does like high resolution textures. Yeah, the model is not super detailed, but let's see what works. We do have the ailerons and the elevators working, and this aircraft does have reverse thrust as well, but the engines are shutting down, so I'll check them later. And the landing gears also, I'll check them while we're taking off. So talking about the interior, all the gauges are two-dimensional, low resolution, but it seems they do seem to have animations here and there. This is flaps down, flaps do work as well. That's very nice. So we have engines running right now, and the sound, I kind of like the sound of this aircraft. It has a very deep roar to it. So I'm gonna go full throttle and take this beast in the air and see what it does. And brakes off. Wait, is it brakes off now? Or yeah, brakes off. Okay. So we have started to move. Flaps at takeoff position. Everything seems good. And the back just lifted, and the yaw needs it needs a little controlling. It is a little difficult to control the yaw for this aircraft. So just gonna lift up a little bit, and we're in the air. Very nice. And landing gears up. Very nice landing gear animation. Very smooth. And flaps up. The aircraft does handle quite well. It has a decent physics, I would say. It's running at a modern flight physics. And we are at Orlando. I think this is Orlando International. So what I'm gonna do now is turn around and head back for landing. Okay, going full flaps and landing gears down. I'm at about 160 knots and about 1,200, so I need to get down fast. Alright, after full flaps the speed reduction is quite significant, and the plane does become quite easy to handle, I must say. It has smooth handling. I feel like I can control it very precisely. So right now I'm at about 90 knots and dropping, and I'm going to accelerate just a little bit to avoid stalling. I think good landing speed should be about 80 knots. And we are near to the runway. Descent rate is good. And throttling down a bit more. Going to start preparing to flare a little. Okay, just pulling up a little bit. Beautiful touchdown, nice touchdown, and going to use reverse thrust. Ooh, the plane wants to go towards one side. Is reverse thrust active? Huh. Oops, hold on. Okay, it seems reverse thrust is not working for this aircraft. Oh, I think I might have mistaken, but the yaw is. Mess that up because it is hard to control yaw for this aircraft when it is near to the ground. Yeah, the plane is tail dragger, so yeah, yaw is an issue for me. Alright, moving on to the next one. So this is the military version with the gunner at the back. It doesn't look too shabby in my opinion. The Lockheed B-3 Orion is a 4-engine turboprop anti-submarine and maritime surveillance aircraft developed for the United States Navy and introduced in the 1960s. Lockheed based it on the L-188 Electra commercial airliner. The aircraft is easily distinguished from the Electra by its distinctive tail stinger or mad boom, used for the magnetic detection of submarines. Now this aircraft does have a lot better exterior than the last one. Its 3D model seems better, its texture seems higher resolution, and for a free aircraft I think this is not bad at all. Pretty nice. It is 4 turboprop engines with looking good. Checking out the animations look fine. We have flaps working as well. Yes sir, looking very nice. And what about air brakes? Are there any air brakes for this aircraft? It seems there are no air brakes for this aircraft, but I believe it does have reverse thrust. I think the plane will move backward now. And it is. Alright, so deactivating that. So the cockpit is the replica of 747, which which is not authentic at all, but well, it's better than having nothing. So what I'm gonna do is brakes on, full throttle, and take off this beast and see how it does. And just gonna let it spool up, and brakes off now, and flaps to takeoff position. Okay, this guy is heavy. Alright, come on now. We have 50 knots, 60 knots. Alright, we seem to have increased enough speed for takeoff. Just gonna rotate. And we have liftoff. Landing gears up. Beautiful animation. Landing gear animation is pretty nice. Very slow, but and flaps up. So the plane does fly like a bigger aircraft than the last one. So we're at about 200 knots and climbing at 4,000 feet per minute, which shows that this aircraft is decent power. Not as much as I would want, but not as much as jet engines, but still not bad at all. Not bad indeed. So let's turn around and land this thing back at the airfield. Alright, so we're at about 207 knots and the plane is very close to the runway, so I'm gonna just prepare for landing. Landing gears down and flaps to full. So I think I like to use reverse thrust already, since you know, we're kind of close. Oh, that's a steep angle to dive in. I know that's very steep, but my speed seems to be controllable. That's good. I'm at 190 knots and I think I can have decent speed at for landing. This runway is long, so shouldn't be much problem. Okay, just going to have a smooth touchdown, but the speed is a little higher than it should be. And that was a nice touchdown. And brakes on. And we're good. So this aircraft was not bad at all. For a free aircraft, I'd say you should give it a try. All the links will be in the description. The Aero Commander 500S is a light twin-piston engine aircraft originally built by the Aero Design and Engineering Company in the late 1940s. It is an unpressurized 7-seater business aircraft. Its other variants has also been used in the military. So the exterior of this aircraft is also not that high quality. The textures, I wish they were high resolution textures. 3D model is... Oops, okay, the engine just shut off. The 3D model is just subpar. Oh, I don't know, it's Orion International. Okay. So, yeah, this aircraft 3D model is just fine. I can't really complain much since it's a free aircraft, and maybe somebody who could make better textures could actually fix this aircraft up. And talking about the interior, I was a little impressed with the interior. When you look close, the resolution is not super high quality, but still, for a free aircraft, I think it's not that bad. Now, nothing is clickable here. Even in the first aircraft, nothing was clickable. So that's that. But I believe all these gauges do work. I'm gonna get up in the air and show you then. Alright, going full throttle. And flaps at takeoff position. Almost forgot that. And okay, we're getting there. It's 60 knots and increasing. And I think I can pull now. Rotating. Hey, come on, guy. Come on, big guy. Alright, wheels are up. We have positive rate of climb and landing gears up. Flaps up. Beautiful landing gear animation. I love the landing gear animation in this one. Very smooth. Alright, the plane feels very nice. By the way, all these aircraft support modern flight models, so which is pretty good. Oh, the lights are at wrong positions for this aircraft, as you can see. Yeah, somebody needs to fix that. The aircraft does have decent power. It can climb really well. The sound of this aircraft is also its own. It's not taken from some other aircraft, which is quite nice. Not bad. Okay, so speaking of the interior, it seems all the gauges do work, which is nice for an aircraft which is for free. Okay, we have flaps indicator. Does it work? Oh, it does work. Very nice. Okay, we have runway to the left, so I'm gonna start preparing for it. And I almost missed the one that's just to the left over here, so I'm gonna take the next one and hopefully make it. Alright, my approach seems very good. Very good indeed. I'm at about 100 knots and just gonna throttle down now. Gonna land at about 80, between 80 70 knots. Throttling down. And just gonna line up here. Okay, I think we're almost there. Just a little pull up here. Just want to reduce the rate of descent. Thankfully it is not a tail dragger, so I won't have much problems. And touchdown. Yes, that's it. So what do you think of this landing, guys? I think it was not that bad for Ryanair especially. Oh, does it have reverse thrust? No, it does not. So we just have those normal brakes. Just gonna use the brakes. And I think we're good. So I think this aircraft, if you ignore the textures, I think it is worth a try. Just give it a try. Let me know what you think. Alright, moving on to the next one. The Piper J-3 Cub is an American light aircraft that was built between 1938 and 1947 by Piper Aircraft. The aircraft has a simple, lightweight design which gives it a good low-speed handling properties and short fuel performance. So the exterior model of this aircraft is okay, not that bad. I would say it is decent for a free aircraft. A little higher resolution textures could have been nicer, but well, it's a free aircraft. The interior, however, is, oh man, I don't think the interior looks very nice. And these gauges, they don't work. Yeah, they don't work. So what does work here? Let's see. Are there any throttle levers? Or okay, we have this stick for pitch and roll. It works. And what's over here? Oh look, this is this tiny throttle lever over here. This is funny. And so it's a two-seater aircraft. One seat is in the front. And let's take this thing in the air and see how it does. Do we have flaps? Oh, we don't have flaps, yeah. So going full throttle. And the back just lifts at the beginning itself. And we're up. We're up, indeed. So there's no landing gear. There's nothing. Just fly around. Let me see how high. Let me see how fast does it roll. Hold on. I think this looks like a... Oh, this is a slow roll speed. So this is more like a prop duster. I mean, crop duster. So this is just for bush flies. Let me land it on the grass and see how it feels like. And pulling up. Let's see now. Does it have the suspension working for the landing gear? That's what I'm curious to see. Okay, I'm at about 10% throttle. Just don't want to stall the engine. And alright, okay, that's a touchdown. So it seems fine. I'm going to pull up and use the brakes so that, oh yeah, this is what I was trying to avoid, and this is exactly what happened. Okay, so this was that, and let's go for the next plane. The Grumman G-73 Mallard is a medium twin-engined amphibious aircraft manufactured from 1946 to 1951. Building on the success of Goose and Widgeon, Grumman Aircraft developed the larger G-73 Mallard for commercial use, retaining many of the features of the smaller aircraft such as twin radial engine, high wings with underwing floats, retractable landing gear, and a large straight tail. The company built 59 Mallards between 1946 and 1951. Unlike the smaller aircraft, Mallard featured tricycle gear, stressed skin, and two-step hull and wingtip fuel tanks. So this, I believe, is also an FSX conversion, and the exterior is as usual, as expected. Not as great as you would want it to be, but it's not that bad for a free aircraft, and I think it is flyable. So let's check out the interior. And well, first let me just check if flaps work. Our flaps are working. Oh, the engine was shutting off. Okay, so the flaps do work, and we have ailerons and the elevators working. Do we have reverse thrust for this time? Oh yes, we do. We have reverse thrust working. Okay, yeah, it's a nice interior, but it's from another aircraft, which is, I believe, King Air. Yeah, BEECHCRAFT King Air, if I'm not mistaken. Please let me know in the comments below. So yeah, it is fully clickable, just like how you would expect a full aircraft to work. So yeah, I don't think you need to see anything else. You might have already seen this. So what I'm going to do is go full throttle and take this thing in the air. And brakes up. Okay, this is going good. We have 16 knots, and about 85 knots I'm gonna wanna rotate, and rotating, and it's off, nice and easy. Landing gear is up. Oh wow, haven't seen this kind of animation before. Wow, this is quite unique. I've seen Grumman Goose with a similar design, but its landing animation was different. This is interesting. I want to look at it again. Look at this. The whole assembly gets blended in when the landing gear is fully retracted. That's amazing. This plane does look nice. You know, I would actually recommend you trying this aircraft. Not bad at all. Maybe just for casual flights every once in a while. Even this aircraft, I believe, has its own sound, so it's not taken from somewhere else. And overall, it does look nice. It looks nice to look at. So what I'll do now is roll left and pitch down a little bit, start getting prepared for landing, and see how it looks like. My approach seems decent. I think I can have a smooth touchdown. What do you think, guys? Okay. I am pretty much aligned. Oops. Rate of descent is not ideal, but I'm gonna use the length of the runway to my advantage here. It's gonna pull up slightly. I think my speed is also a little too high for this aircraft, so I'm not really flaring. Kind of level with the ground. And touchdown. Oh, as soon as after I have the touchdown, the plane kind of goes crazy. Yeah, this is a little risky landing right here. So using brakes and reverse thrust. I almost forgot the reverse thrust with this aircraft. Alright, so that's that. Okay, brakes. Whoa, that was just risky. I'm not gonna do that again. Okay, so hope you like this aircraft. Let's see what else we have. Alright, this one is gonna be hard to pronounce. The de Havilland DH.80A Puss Moth is a British three-seater high-wing monoplane airplane designed and built by the de Havilland Aircraft Company between 1929 and 1933. It flew at speeds at about 200 kilometers per hour, which is 124 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest, one of the highest performance private aircraft of its era. So the exterior model of this aircraft also is very similar to all the previous ones, and whoa, the pilot looks quite like 3D modeled. Okay, this is like from maybe 15 years ago. Yeah, this is I guess an old model. But if you look at the tires and the suspension, they look decent, but the rest of the aircraft is quite low quality textures, I would say. Let me check out the interior. The interior is very simple. So we have working stick and rudder pedals and throttle. And does it have flaps? Oh, it does have flaps. Wait a second, what is this? I have never seen this in an aircraft. Oh, these are flaps? Wow, this is interesting. The flaps are unlike anything I've ever seen in any aircraft. This is a very unique design. So, flaps at takeoff. Okay. The gauges, I believe all of them work except the RPM gauge and the one towards the right. I don't know what it is for. I think it's altitude. So what I'm going to do is go full throttle, take this thing in the air and see what happens. The sound of this aircraft has this deep roar, which is quite unique to this aircraft, and it wants to yaw. So I'm just gonna, its back has lifted, so I'm just gonna rotate, and we're up. I would be surprised if it has landing gears. It doesn't. So, flaps up, and I just like the sound. The plane flies well, no complaints there. Flies like a kite. And yeah, I think that's pretty much for this aircraft. Let me just land back at the runway and see how we do. Okay, it seems like runway is almost ending, and I will just, land at the taxiway if you don't mind. And of course, there's no reverse thrust or air brakes. This is just a light propeller aircraft, and if I can make it before the runway ends, it's gonna be sweet. Okay, and that's that. Whoa! Yeah, with the tail draggers, I tend to hit the nose on the ground quite often. Yeah, I guess you should never give me a tail dragger. So these were all the aircrafts I wanted to show you. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you love free stuff, and my plan is to keep you updated with the free aircrafts that will be released in the future. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Buddies, bye. Out.